Hey, what's up, friends? Ray with Dr. Timberworks. So I'm going to do a quick little follow-up on last week's video on how I made my homemade lump charcoal. And I want to show you my favorite use for it. So this is just a charcoal chimney. This is Amazon shipping paper. Yeah. Just load it up. But this is all homemade charcoal. If you didn't see the video, you can check it out. It'll be there at the end card. And it's also in my backyard barbecue playlist. But this is just brown paper. I'm not a big fan of using accelerants and all that other kind of stuff when I'm cooking. And I want you guys to see how fast this stuff goes up and becomes ready to go. As like normal store-bought lump charcoal, like say B&B, Royal Oak, even the Cowboy stuff, it literally takes 20 to 30 minutes from once you light that paper till it's time and ready to go cook with. This is a lot faster. There we go, that little breeze, that'll help it kick off. So if you want to come over here and check this out again, this is homemade lump charcoal. This is all premium hardwoods. I know exactly where this came from because I used the woods myself and gathered it myself. You know, it's all Michigan hardwood. I make it in my retort kiln. And as you can see, this is a good size. What are these, 27-gallon totes? Something like that. This is full. And this was probably 2 loads of charcoal. 2 to 3 loads, because what I use is this 35-gallon barrel. And if it's packed up to the top of chunks, it cooks down probably to about there a third. This stuff cooks a lot faster and burns out a lot faster than the store-bought stuff. So it doesn't, I don't usually use it in my charcoal smoker. It doesn't lend so well to charcoal smoking, but it makes great burgers, steaks, anything where you want that high heat to get a good char, to sear the steak, to get a crust on the burgers. I use it in my my Weber kettle, where I've got the slow and sear, and I've got a cast iron griddle, and that makes fantastic cheesesteaks and smash burgers where you want that high heat to get that crust on there. This stuff is perfect. All right, so in my other video, I had talked about having failed fires and not cooked all the way through. So this is what I mean. This right here was like a piece of pear that was still too wet, and you can see it didn't pyrize all the way through, and it's a little bit off. But this isn't junk. I mean, if I cared about it, I could have cooked it, but what I'll do is I'll just put this in for my initial load of barbecue smoking wood, and then that way I don't have to do another fire to reburn it, and then I know this stuff's good to go. What we're cooking on today is my Horizon offset smoker. This is a 20-inch classic, American made in Oklahoma by an American company. It's 1/4-inch thick steel, all the way through in the cook chamber and in the firebox. It's a quality pit. Today we'll be doing chicken and ribs. Ribs will be for dinner. Chicken will be for chicken salad for the next week, for sandwiches, for lunches. We'll probably do a mixture here. I've got cherry, apple, and oak. Predominantly red oak. But since we're doing, you know, chicken and pork, we'll probably stay mostly in the cherry and apple range with a couple splits of oak in there, just for really good heat and cooling properties. I got my wife out filming me today. She's helping out, so I don't have to be one-handed everything. I wonder how bad it's picking up Cody. Our dog's not happy because he's not out here with us. But basically what I do is I take this charcoal and I use it as the basis of my fire. I just pour it down in there, and then I'll put a couple of splits on top of it, and then that gets the fire going. The alternative method is to lay out like a bunch of splits here in the firebox, kind of doing like a Jenga looking thing where you 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Hit that with the weed burner for about 5 minutes, and then it takes it a good hour to cook down into some usable coals. This, like I said, is 5 minutes. I'll put a couple of splits on it, and then while those initial splits are cooking down, I'll run in, season up the ribs of chicken, and then by the time I come out, 15 minutes, you know, you're ready to start smoking. That whole rack over there is all smoking wood. That's all oak, cherry, and hickory. And I get it for free. I haul it off from people's yards and split it with my splitter, and you know, half the wood I haul off goes on my lathe for wood turning projects, and then the other half goes into my smoking pit for making whatever. Like I said, I like to set up lunches for the work week. You know, it gets old eating plain old ham sandwiches day after day. So, you know, I'm going to smoke some chicken to make some chicken salad. I'll smoke my own roast beef. I'll smoke my own turkey breast and do all that stuff and have leftovers. When I cook a brisket, you know, I've got leftovers for 2 weeks. You know, sliced brisket and chopped brisket mixed in with some barbecue sauce for chopped beef sandwiches. You know, it's a good thing. Pork butt, same thing. I actually it's kind of weird. It sounds kind of weird, but I do pork butt burritos. You know, I just put some pork butt, some cheese, you know, pulled pork, and some barbecue sauce on there. Wrap it up in the tortilla and throw it in the air fryer, get it good and crispy. Take those for work. It's good stuff. This is more as a basis of a bed of coals for heat and to also ignite my splits. So, oh, quick tip. One of the reasons why I didn't have my charcoal chimney here on the concrete is, I don't know if you've ever done it before, but if you set that charcoal chimney down there on concrete and you light it, I've actually had it blow and explode the concrete, flip the chimney over, and put a hole a ½ inch deep down into the concrete pad. Yeah, so that's why I like to either start it up here, or if I had a different pit, a lot of times I'll have a square piece right here, and then that's a good surface for starting your chimney on. But we're good to go to start putting some splits on. So this is apple, this is oak, and we'll go one more. Oh, I said we were going to go lighter colors or lighter wood, so this is cherry. So we got apple, cherry, and oak. And that's going to be what we're starting our fire with. And it's a nice windy day, so as you can see, the splits are already igniting. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this for starting a smoking. And so, as you can see, it's already starting to draw out the chimney. And yeah, it don't take long, especially in the summertime. We're already at 150 degrees. We'll get it up to 250 and we'll put them ribs and chicken on. Homemade charcoal, homemade lump charcoal. Best barbecue there is. All right, friends, I want to see if I can't handle this too one-handed. So, fire's where I need it to be. It's running good, pretty clean. A little bit on the hot side, but it's all right. So what we got here, we got some St. Louis ribs with Meat Church's Holy Cow. We've got baby backs with Meat Church's Hot Honey Hog. And then we've got a couple of boneless, skinless breasts, and then some bone-in, skin-on thighs with Meat Church's Holy Cow and Holy Voodoo. So I always go fat side up in an offset stick burner. It's the opposite of a pellet grill. My heat source, the heat's actually coming up and over and out. So you want your fat on top, rendering down. So Close this boy up. We've got a water pan on there. It's a heat sink. It helps, you know, if you've got fluctuating temperatures, it helps maintain a more constant temperature, and as it evaporates, it's putting moisture into the chamber. That's burned down quite a bit. We got a couple of splits in there. Here in about 15 minutes, I'll probably put another split on there and just keep checking it every 15-20 minutes. Try and maintain a good clean fire. And maybe we'll come back at the wrap stage, show you what everything looks like at the wrap stage. All right, friends. I forgot to show you this. Another cool little thing that I like to do is I like to preheat my splits. I have them just resting up here on the firebox and on the cook chamber, and that gets the wood up to heat, so you get a lot less dirty smoke when you toss them in, because they're already pretty much up to heat. And so it looks like I grabbed a bunch of apple wood, which is fine. You know, apple's perfect for ribs and chicken. My wife doesn't like it super smoky anyways. I'm more of the smoke fiend. But a nice kiss of apple wood with a split of oak mixed in every now and then, it'll be just fine. So, yep, we're burning nice and good. See, everything changes once you add cold stuff to the chamber. So now it's just barely getting back up to 250 after putting, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 pounds of cold meat, you know, in the cook chamber. So it should go pretty good, man. It looks great. Smells great. I love cherry, apple, and oak. That's a pitmaster recipe right there, man. Good. All right, so there's them racks of ribs, and I just pulled the chicken off. Them Yardbird look pretty good, man. That's some good looking chicken right there. Them ribs are looking really good too. All right, so my backyard ribs, the St. Louis ones that I just want salt, pepper, and garlic, I just put them in the foil plain. The baby backs got a little bit of brown sugar, butter, and some honey. So we'll just reverse, do a little bit on top. Come on, girl. Oh, this honey's been sitting a minute. It's kind of crystallized. All right. And I can't show you guys what's going on. I got to wrap this thing. One-handed would be fun. I don't think it's going to happen. So, y'all know what to do, man. We're just wrapping some ribs up in some foil. All right, so I'm back with y'all. So here we go. We're just going to put these bad boys right here. And now that they're in the wrap, I think from now on out, I'll just use some oak to finish out the smoking, because it's just going to be heat, not flavor. And the wife can't say nothing about it. So I've got more oak than anything else, so we'll use the oak as the fuel wood. All right, friends, I'll go ahead and pull these, or show y'all what these look like when they're done and we cut them for supper. All right, let's see how these look. Let's see how we did. I didn't bother putting them back on the pit and drying them up or anything. It doesn't need all that, so. All right, so there's the backyard barbecue. Moist, juicy, nice pullback. You know, look how tender that is, and still juicy. All right, now these boys are going to be messy. This will probably keep on this tray. These went kind of Memphis style. Make sure it's not dripping off the back. These baby backs don't look like they cooked through as much, but they're still nice. They're still moist. Here. Oh, it's a little bit hot, but we'll see. Sweet, a little bit of heat, a little bit of salt, but mainly more on the sweet side. That's my style right there. That's not quite fall off the bone. It's right there. Still a little bit of bite, but it's salt, pepper, garlic. Oh, yeah. All right, friends. Thanks. Catch you next time. I'm going to eat this.